Hi everyone! Tom was here, back at it with another card grading video. As mentioned, we have gone hot and heavy into card grading, and this is, I believe, my third submission with SGC. SGC seems to be my go-to in terms of card grading. I know a lot of people are real snobby about like PSA. In my experience, or at least based on what I've seen, PSA, you don't always get the most accurate grading. There's a lot of bias there, it seems. They're also the most expensive to ship. There's the most expensive to grade. And I understand they're the gold standard, but personally, for me, I like a good tuxedo slab. And so this particular one here was actually the second submission I did with, there's a guy in the area that submits card grading in bulk. And I actually submitted this order. I gave these cards to him on August 8th. At the time of filming, it's about mid-November. I can't even remember what date it is, but it's mid-November. So it took a little bit of time, but if you know anything about SGC, you know their submission times are pretty lightning fast, about 5 to 10 business days. So what occurred was he waited the full month till the end of August to submit this, only to find out that no other person submitted them to go to SGC. So he went back to me and he's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want me to submit these or what do you want me to do? And I was like, well, just submit them anyway. And he's like, okay, well, they'll be more expensive because I'm not getting the bulk grading, which is a little frustrating. But I'm not even mad at him about that. I'm more mad at people that, in the area that everybody's going through PSA and paying the exorbitant PSA pricing and no one's going through SGC. It's a little disappointing, but, maybe I'm the only collector among us. Maybe everybody's trying to just flip stuff. But anywho, I finally got these back after months, it seems, of waiting on them. And there's a reason there is a card in there, as far as I remember, that, would have made sense to submit on August 8th, that now, in hindsight, is probably not that smart to submit, but I've done that before. So, we're going to check out this blind reveal. He didn't send me the grades. I have no idea what the grades are. We're going to get into this. A 5-card reveal, SGC, on Tom Was Here.
What's good, everybody? It's Gary B from B Friends. You're watching Tom Was Here.
Okay. So, I'll be honest, I didn't even remember all the cards I submitted. I think I remember a couple of them. It was from August. There's quite a lot that's happened since then. I don't know. I know one of the cards is my son's to get graded. I think that's the one on the bottom here. But yeah, it's, when you wait like 3 months for a submission, not ideal. When he gave these to me, when I picked them up at my local card shop, he has like a trade night. There's a trade night there, and he always, posts up. He says, he said, oh, I got this box for you here. You're the only person that submitted through, SGC. And that's a bummer, because SGC to me, better grades, cheaper, all that stuff overall. Better experience. So, this first card here is my son's, and it's from the Immaculate Collection. We got this at a local card store. I added this new light, and it's really glaring, especially on these slabs with the thing, but we got this from a card store, and it was in one of the cases, and my son was all over it. This is a future Hall of Famer, after all. Julio Jones, but this is actually an Alabama version of Julio Jones. Now, with Immaculate Collection, you're getting thicker cards, and thicker cards usually don't equal as good of grades. But, we can hope for the best here. Okay, so yeah, definitely thicker card, thicker slab for sure, and we got a 8.5. Okay, 10 auto though. 8.5. This is 15 out of 25 on the Immaculate, Julio Jones. So, a little bit tougher grade there. But, with these thicker cards, there's a lot of ways. Like I see a soft corner on the right, or the top right here. You're going to get some things that are going to occur with thicker cards. But 8.5 is also not bad either, especially with a thicker card. And also, the one thing I do like SGC over most is that you do get the 10 auto grade. So they do grade autos as part of their service. Not too many other people do. You will get that momentarily. He's here. He's being a silent partner. He doesn't you know, he's too cool now to do videos with the old man. Okay, this next card here is a Pirates legend. One of the 4 statues outside of PNC Park. A Bill Mazeroski signed Top Certified Prime Performers autograph card from Topps Tier 1 Baseball. I got this on eBay for very cheap, from what I remember. I want to say it was like $10 or $15, something like that. You know, so not super expensive. And, you know, Bill's getting older. You know, it's like, it was cool to have a Mazeroski to add to the collection. So we got a... We know we get a 10 grade. It's on card, which is awesome too. And we got a 9.5. Okay. All right. I didn't see anything that would cause this to be a 9.5. But as mentioned, this is a thicker card because Topps Tier 1 does have thicker cards. 54 out of 149. So 9.5 is pretty good. Like, I'm not going to be mad at that. Plus, it's on card. Very, very cool. So no complaints there. But so far, no 10s. There's only 5 cards and no 10s, which is not great, but what are you going to do? All right, this next card, another Topps card. As you know, I submitted this in August, so there's you know, some baseball heavy cards. Brian Reynolds. Okay, Brian Reynolds is a Pittsburgh Pirate, and I know Pirates, you know, other than Paul Skeens, are not really a sought-after team by any stretch. But man, Brian Reynolds had a hell of a season, and I know he gets, you know, he doesn't get the kind of same love that other players do for having the seasons they do, because he's a Pittsburgh Pirate. But I got this card on eBay for like $5 or $10, like real cheap for an autograph card for somebody that, you know, is actually, you know, putting together a nice, you know, nice little career for themselves, you know, signed a bigger contract, especially for the Pirates. So, you know, I was like, you know what, we'll get a Brian Reynolds slab. Why not? Why not here? And we got a 10 out of 8. Ooh, man, we got a tough grader, didn't we? Now, admittedly, as mentioned, this is a thicker card. A thicker card for sure. I didn't see any noticeable dings. I didn't see any noticeable things on there that would, you know, cause that to be the case. Maybe this thing right here, whatever that is. I didn't notice that when it was... What is that, actually? It looks like an ink mark or something. I'll be honest, I didn't... When I submitted this, I swear that wasn't on there. But, you know, what do I know? It's you know, things happen. I'm not going to, you know, but 8 grade, that's tough. Okay, so my son already stole the Julio Jones back, but that was an 8.5, so a 9.5 is the high water mark here, with only 2 cards to go. Not promising. So, as mentioned, I submitted this on August 8th. I gotta say that for the cheap seats because I have here J.J. McCarthy. Now, there's a reason why I actually put this one on here is because this J.J. McCarthy was from the National. And I was at the wild card booth, and they were doing their wild card, you know, 5-card draw stacked deck specialty packs. And I pulled a J.J. McCarthy. I believe it was a Joker, and it was a 1 of 1. Now, with wild card, 1 of 1s don't always mean exactly what, you know, they're not, you know, 1 of 1 doesn't mean what it means with like Panini or Topps or anything like that, because there's so many variations of 1 of 1s out there. You can have a red 1 of 1, you can have a blue 1 of 1, you can have everything under the sun 1 of 1. But, you know, with J.J. McCarthy, with it being a Joker, I went, you know, it's a nice looking card, looks pretty cool. Pink Prism Foil, Joker Hollow Lux. I thought it was a cool looking card. It is a 1 of 1. I expect J.J. McCarthy to completely be, you know, done for only like a week or 2 after I submitted this. But it got a 9.5. Didn't even get a 10. Man, I got a tough grader here, I think. Because this one's not thick. And I didn't notice anything that would cause this to not be a 10 that I saw. And I also like the design, kind of the playing card design of these. I think they look really cool. But, you know, I know wild cards, like I said, not the most sought after product. But yeah, 9.5. Man. Won't give me no 10s under the sun. Okay. This last card here, another wild card. Just one kind of I had on me at the time, and I was like, you know what, that would kind of be cool to get graded. He doesn't really get the, surprising, even though he was a top pick, doesn't really get the fanfare. Had an okay rookie season. I'll be honest, I have no idea what he's doing this season. I haven't checked. But this is a Will Anderson out of the 5-card draw stacked deck, but it is autographed. It is autographed on this one, and I was just like, you know what, we'll just heck it. We'll just put that one on there, and we got to 10 auto grade. Oh, 8. Good man. Okay. All right. So this one, probably my roughest SGC submission to date. It is 2 of 2, and maybe with these man, 2 of 2, rough. And maybe with these stacked deck cards, kind of with the shimmer design, you know, maybe there's something. I didn't see anything centering wise. You know, maybe like a kind of like nitpicky soft corner on the bottom right. Like that'd be real nitpicky. But man, 8 is tough. So yeah, I mean, probably my worst submission to date. You know, no 10s, which is killer. You know, 2 9.5s, 2 8s, and an 8.5, which is not the best. You know, not what you hope for in that regard. Now, to be honest, I don't have any plans on flipping these. Like maybe the JJ, just because like I'm not like tied into JJ. I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm not a Vikings fan. You know, but you know, it was just something like, okay, well that would be a cool card to get graded, just as it's a 1 of 1. But man, yeah, Mazeroski will definitely be a keeper. Same with Will. Same with Brian Reynolds. But man, 8 grades are brutal grading on this one. And then of course there was the 8.5 of the Julio Jones. So let me know your thoughts on SGC. Like I said, they've been usually good to me when I submitted one. I actually do have a pending one out to them. I took advantage of their Tops Now offer because it was like $10 a card for, you know, Tops Now, and I happen to have a bunch of Tops Now cards that I was like, you know what, we'll give that a shot. So that'll be coming soon. But that'll wrap it up for this SGC 5-card reveal that took months only to be filled with, you know, kind of mostly disappointment. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to like, share, subscribe, like support me on Patreon, like John Bailey, like Brett Persing, like Fan. You can do so. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, a TomWasHere t-shirt, you can do so at Spreadshirt, as well as links to my eBay store, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, whatnot, Arena Club. Links are in the description below. When it comes to the next card grading video, or the next video in general, we will see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.